Hello everybody. It has been a while since the last time I actually posted a video about going to Spain, about us getting to the ABB Startup Challenge finals. So yeah, I've been very busy with the startup. I didn't really have much time to keep up with the development, say like coding, deal with the possible investors and so on. As you already know from my last video, we actually got in the startup challenge finals for the ABB startup challenge, and we went to Spain. So I'll be sharing with you guys how was my experience in Spain, what I did, and so on. So after us getting accepted into the Startup Challenge final, which was supposed to happen in Bilbao, the first thing, of course, that any one of us would have done is start getting ready. So that's basically what I did. I started doing some research about Bilbao, how the city is and so on before going there. So yeah, and of course the language. I did some research. I found out that they speak Spanish there. Besides Spanish, they also have their own language, but most of them they speak Spanish. But even the Spanish is different than the Spanish that people in Madrid speak. After doing my research on the language they speak, I started getting ready, getting ready with my pitch. What am I going to say? At that point though, everybody knew, by everybody knew, I'm talking about like the ABB people. They already know what we're building. The problem that we're trying to solve is that ABB customers, they order relays. Relays are basically like electronic switches. So, and the issue is that those customers, when they order it, engineers at ABB, they have to manually program each relay. So how can we automate that process? That's the problem we were trying to solve. That's the solution. We were accepted to go to the finals. Perhaps in another video I might provide more details. But yeah, we created an automated system that is able to program those relay by using AI, and also it's able to read single line diagram. In other words, like it's able to read like drawings. But yeah, the purpose of this video is to talk about like my experience going to Spain and pitching to investors, connecting with people, and so on, right? But one thing that I thought was, hey, I'm going to Spain. I don't even know like for how long I'm going to, I don't know if I'm going to have another opportunity to go back to Spain. So what I did was, actually instead of booking just 3 days, I booked a week. And instead of just visiting Bilbao, I decided to also visit Madrid, and just to see how Madrid is. Once I got into Spain, I realized that I actually understand Spanish very well. I thought that it was going to be a shock. I wouldn't be able to communicate whenever they speak in Spanish, but when I got to Bilbao's airport, I was able to communicate in Spanish because I speak Portuguese, and Portuguese is very similar to Spanish. And when I was younger, I used to watch a lot of like soap opera in Espanol or Spanish. yeah, so I was able to understand them. They couldn't really understand me properly, but one thing that I realized that if I try to speak in Portuguese and I change my accent a little bit, they would be able to understand me. So yeah, that's how I was able to go around in my first a few hours in Bilbao. I just changed my Portuguese accent. They were able to understand what I was saying, and of course over time I was able to get a few words, and you know, not over time, like I only stayed there for like a week or a little bit more. But yeah, in a few hours I was able to get a few words, and I was able to know, you know, how to speak in a way that they could understand me by changing my Portuguese accent. Yeah, that was my first few hours in Bilbao. And you know, at night I was able to walk through the street of Bilbao just to see how it is and so on. I also made a video of the hotel where I was staying. It was a decent hotel. You can see on the video, short video that I made. Then like the next day, what I did was I went to check the place where the pitch competition was going to happen, so that I don't get there. So that like I don't get lost in the day of the competition, right? Instead of being pitching, I would be looking for the place. Then the competition happened, I guess, like on the second or third day of my stay in Bilbao. One of the most important thing I would say was the people that I met there. I was able to actually meet so many other founders that, and I was able to learn their story, what they are building, how they got started, the good and bad that they had to face while building their startups. It was good to see that like they are just normal people like me. They also have their own fears.
Estimated time in traffic, 8 minutes.
Okay. So yeah, they also have their own fears while starting their own startup, their own like insecurities. Will they be able to survive? Because we already know like starting a business is very difficult, because especially if you don't have funds. Most people, they don't have funds in the beginning, right? So yeah, I was able to talk to them how they manage that entire situation. Yeah, I made a few connections. I'll say lasting connections, right? Because like even after the competition, I was able to talk to those people. We had a good dinner before, say like one day before the event. Yeah, in the dinner, you know, I was able to make a few good connections that, who knows, might end up in sort of a collaboration. In the day of the competition, it was very interesting. I actually thought that, you know, I wouldn't really be able to pitch, but guess what? Brother can pitch. Yeah, brother can pitch. I was able to pitch our idea with conviction, because I knew that everything depended on me pitching well. So yeah, I pitched our idea. Guess what? We didn't win the competition, but the experience of being there was great. It was a great experience being there, talking to those founders, being in the same room as very influential people at ABB, and most importantly, the conversation we had. I was able to learn so much from them. As a new founder, it was amazing. And I felt a little bit bad that we didn't win, because I truly wanted to win. But of course, I wanted to win. A lot of other people that were participating, which were like more mature company. Some of them, they had like funds of like more than $16 million of funding over like 3,000 employees. In our case, it was only me and my brother, right? So only 2 people. We managed to compete with those people, with those companies that, you know, big companies, with product in the market, profit, and so yeah, I wanted to win, but we didn't win. But I also recognize that it was a great opportunity for us, right? And we did the best. Some of those big companies, they didn't even get to the finals, but we managed to pitch our way to the final. Through hard work, we made it. But yeah, after the competition, I decided to actually fly to Madrid, because I bought also a ticket to go to Madrid. So yeah, I flew to Madrid. I stayed in Madrid for about like 3 days, I would say 3 days or 4 days. While I was there, I was able to visit the city. Oh man, I visited so many places. I will pass also perhaps like some short videos that I made, some of these cities that I visit, right? But I would say being a very, being a fan of sport, of soccer, of football, I couldn't go to Madrid without actually going to see Santiago Bernabéu, right? So I went to Bernabéu. I took some video of Bernabéu. I took some interesting photos. Yeah, I mean, it was good to see Santiago Bernabéu in person, because when you see on TV, it just looks like this amazing stadium, like, you know, but you cannot really attach an image or a mental image to it. I don't know if you get my point, but now that I went there, I'm able, every time I watch Real Madrid playing, I can actually visualize the Santiago Bernabéu, where it is located, how it actually look, how it smells like, if I may. But yeah, after my experience there in Spain, I came back to Toronto, and you know, ready to, actually more motivated to work on our startup, because our idea was just validated by ABB. Even though we didn't win, but they validated that like we are up to something. So with that motivation, with the energy that I was able to draw from other founders, I came back to Toronto very motivated to work on this idea, and that's what I've been doing since. Thus far, like, you know, we had a lot of like ups and downs. We participated in other type of competition. We have been pitching, and we have been also building. So it has been very rewarding, this opportunity or this journey, but also very challenging. Yeah, I'll be honest. But hey, I'm motivated to keep building, and I truly believe that we are up to something, and I will keep fighting so that we make this startup successful. If we don't, at least I'll go down with my conviction that I have done, or I have put all the energy, everything that I needed to it, you know, sweat and blood to it. So I'm motivated to keep doing this regardless of the outcome. So yeah, I'll be posting more updates of the startup, and most of my videos will be just simple. Like, I was trying to edit the videos, make it look professional. That's not my strength. Yeah, that's not my strength. I'm not a video producer. I'm just like, you know, an engineer. software engineer, a master in engineer. So yeah, I don't do video. And while I don't have, the budget to pay a video editor, I'm gonna keep making this simple video. So if you like the video, if you support this journey, or if you identify yourself to whatever we're doing or to this journey that I'm on, please put a like on this video, subscribe to this channel, because it will help us grow. It will help us have more visibility. Who knows? One investor might, see this video and will go and do some research about what we're building exactly. Yeah. So please like this video, share this video if you can. Support your brother out, and we will keep fighting here. We'll keep building. I'm actually wearing our company shirt, but for some reason you cannot see it. Well, where is it? It says Ratoteki Jingongo somewhere here. Yeah, that's what we're building here, and also the company name. Thank you again for watching, and stay well. Bye.